The embattled mayor of Texas City is trying to deny the will of the voters, but nothing is more potentially damaging to the guy we call the dancing dictator of Texas City than the words you're about to hear.
I asked him to stop. He didn't stop until he got to what he, wanted to do.
10 months before the petition drive to oust Dedrick Johnson began, this dad was texting with his 42-year-old daughter. It was early September 24. We have blurred his face, and you will soon find out why.
We were just having a father-daughter talk. Has always had these emotional issues, and we never knew what was going on with her.
He grew up in Texas City and says he was somewhat of a mentor to Dedrick Johnson back when Dedrick taught public school.
We had a, pretty, decent relationship. We weren't best friends, but we were friends.
But his daughter didn't know of the friendship. She says her meeting with Dedrick Johnson was unrelated, and her text to her father was simply shocking.
If you're friends with Dedrick Johnson, TC Mayor, asked him why he told me to stay quiet and not to let you know that he was effing me when I was 14.
Allegations the mayor of Texas City had sexually assaulted her in 1996. The dad called the Galveston County Sheriff's Office immediately, and this incident investigation report, obtained exclusively by Dolce Fino Media, is graphic. The Galveston County Sheriff now confirms the investigation.
And yes, there was in fact a criminal investigation launched on Dedrick Johnson, and he was named as a suspect.
The accuser, interviewed September 19th of last year, claimed she was just 14 years old at the time Johnson sexually assaulted her. He would have been about 25. She told a detective during the interview in the Golden Triangle that her cousin's boyfriend had invited Dedrick to his house in the 900 block of 3rd Avenue. It's the location of the villa homes. She told us what allegedly happened next.
But he was, forcing his body on top of mine. He forced himself in. But I know I asked him to stop, and he proceeded until he came.
The woman says she was scared. Scared that at just 14 she would get in trouble. She claims Johnson told her to keep quiet.
And at the end of that situation, he was like, don't tell your dad because he'll kill me.
I was pretty hot-headed, back then. And he knew that, and so that's why he told her not to tell me.
The victim's statement to investigators is that there was just one sexual encounter with Johnson, and the deputy's interview chronicled the damage she claimed the incident did. Quoting, she attempted to kill herself after this incident, and that, quote, she recently opened up to her father because her past has haunted her with guilt. We've also confirmed that Galveston County Sheriff's detectives tried to interview the mayor.
The mayor was not questioned, unfortunately. The reason is a major crimes investigator reached out to the mayor to see if he would be willing to come in for a voluntary interview, sought legal advice, and that attorney told them that he would not be doing an interview with the sheriff's office.
Her only witness to what happened back then was her cousin, whom she says she told right after Dedrick left the house. According to the police report, the deputy heard a recorded conversation with the cousin, recalling the incident. She said, quote, I forgot y'all hooked up.
Actually went to the district attorney's office, and apparently it went nowhere with the district attorney's office.
As of now, the investigation is listed as suspended, waiting for additional supporting information. That's why this dad came to us.
It's just about protecting my daughter and helping her get past this, because she needs some counseling. I just want to see her, get some justice for this, really. And that's really it.
We reported in July that Mayor Johnson was friends with the now convicted rapist Fabian Lewis. Back in 2020, they were sharing text messages, including photos of women. Lewis bragged about ones he hit. In return, Johnson, who was running for mayor at the time, highlighted the ones he liked the best. And there was a common thread to this sexual assault allegation. It's the secrecy. Johnson writes to Fabian Lewis, quote, bro, don't share what we talk about with any other. Detectives investigating Fabian Lewis found those texts during an extraction of the rapist's phone. After they found the text messages with the mayor, the detectives went to their captain. He declined to investigate further. That captain today is the controversial police chief of Texas City. He is blamed, along with the mayor, for driving 46 police officers to leave the city in the last 3 years, jeopardizing public safety. The evidence of the mayor's relationship with the rapist was illegally withheld from us when we asked Texas City to produce documents detailing the Lewis investigation and any text messages recovered. The dad hadn't seen our story about Fabian Lewis. He didn't even know about those text messages until we told him about a week ago.
Don't surprise me now. Well, that kind of adds up, knowing that he had these skeletons in his closet and he's portraying to be this godly man. You know, he did all this stuff back in the day, and I'm sure she's not the only one.
It was kind of like he forced me to do something. Okay. That I was telling him, asking him to stop, and he proceeded until he got what he wanted.
The dad would like to see the mayor face criminal charges now. He thinks he should resign from being the Texas City mayor.
It's just about protecting my daughter and helping her get past this.
I'm a dad and I have a daughter, and quite frankly, I can't imagine what I would say or do to someone if I got a text like that. But what would he say to the mayor?
I'm a God-fearing man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have any kind of revenge factor or anything like that.
The mayor is now director of youth ministry at the Greater St. Matthew Baptist Church. According to his LinkedIn bio, in 1996, Dedrick Johnson was in his first year of teaching math in public school. Teaching gave him, quote, the privilege of impacting bright minds and giving hope to the most vulnerable students in despair. This 42-year-old woman was then 14, very vulnerable. And what message does this send? The mayor has been avoiding us ever since we first asked his office for comment. Total silence. The mayor used his city car as a decoy the other day to avoid us when we came to city council. The mayor may not owe the media an explanation, but what about you folks in Texas City, the voters? Doesn't the mayor owe you an explanation? Did it happen? Or is it untrue? Why the secrecy?
It means that it's basically just on indefinite hold, is basically what that means.
Very hard to find corroborating evidence from that long ago, isn't it?
It truly is. Now, of course, if there was something that was some new evidence were brought to light or stuff like that, clearly and it was brought to our attention, our sheriff's office would again open up the case and maybe look at it again.
The alleged victim had planned to travel to Houston to go on camera to tell us her story, but she changed her mind. In a text message later, she told us reliving what happened has simply become too difficult to deal with. Quoting, I will let God handle Dedrick. He knows what he did.
When you do wrong and you continue to do wrong, eventually it's going to come out.